What if World War III had already begun and no one was paying attention? What if the signs were right in front of our eyes and everything was happening exactly as the scriptures predicted thousands of years ago? Today, we dive into a shocking analysis of biblical prophecies and the current reality of the world. Take a deep breath, because what you're about to hear may completely change your perspective on the future of humanity. Since the dawn of history, humanity has been at war. Kingdoms have fallen, empires have been destroyed, and new nations have risen from the ashes of those that were devastated. But something is different about the times we live in. Never before in history have so many superpowers been in such a heightened state of tension while natural disasters, economic crises, and social collapses occur simultaneously. This leads us to a fundamental question. Are we on the verge of witnessing the greatest conflict in history? The Bible, a book that many consider merely a religious text, has predicted events with terrifying accuracy. In Matthew 24, Jesus Christ warned, "You will hear of wars and rumors of wars. Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom." Was he speaking specifically about our time? When we look at the current global situation, it is impossible to ignore the similarities to this prophecy. Ukraine and Russia remain locked in a devastating conflict, with nuclear threats being mentioned almost daily. The Middle East has become a ticking time bomb, while tensions between China and Taiwan escalate by the day. But that's not all. The prophecy of Ezekiel 38 speaks of the war of Gog and Magog. According to this passage, a great coalition of nations will unite to attack Israel. And when we analyze today's geopolitical landscape, we see that alliances and global rivalries are following this exact pattern. Russia, Iran, and other Middle Eastern countries are becoming increasingly aligned, and Israel, as always, remains at the center of attention. This cannot be mere coincidence. Many scholars believe that this prophecy could soon unfold before our very eyes. But there's something even more terrifying. The book of Revelation speaks of the four horsemen who will bring destruction upon the world. One of these horsemen represents war. What if he is already riding? With conflicts occurring on every continent, including civil wars, terrorism, and territorial disputes, it is difficult to deny that we are witnessing an alarming rise in global violence. The words of the Bible seem to leap off the pages and transform into newspaper headlines. And what about the rise of a global government? In Revelation 13, we read about a world leader who will take absolute control over the economy, politics, and religion. He will be seen as a savior, someone who brings peace to the world amid chaos. But this peace will be an illusion. Many speculate that World War III could be the catalyst for this new global system. A devastating conflict could push nations to unite under a single government, with a single currency and a single system of control. And when we look at technological advancements, we see that everything is already in place for such a scenario. Surveillance systems, artificial intelligence, and digital currencies are rapidly being implemented worldwide. Could we be closer than we imagine? The question that must be asked is, are we prepared for what comes next? Many believe that World War III will be different from all previous wars. It won't just be a battle between armies, but a conflict involving cyber attacks, biological weapons, global economic crises, and societal collapses. What if this war is already happening behind the scenes? What if everything we're witnessing, rising inflation, skyrocketing food prices, governments imposing extreme control measures, is just part of a grand plan leading us to a decisive moment in human history? Furthermore, we must consider the psychological and spiritual impacts this modern war could bring. The growing insecurity, fear of resource shortages, and widespread distrust among nations and peoples could create an environment of unprecedented chaos and disorder. What happens when humanity loses hope? When moral values are replaced by desperation and survival at any cost? We may be facing a war that is not just physical, but also spiritual. What's at stake is not just territories or wealth, but the destiny of humanity as a whole. If the prophecies are correct, then we are about to enter a period of great tribulation, where every decision will matter, and faith will be more important than ever. Now, We want to hear your opinion. Do you believe that World War III has already begun? Did the Bible truly predict all of this? Or are we simply experiencing another cycle of history? Leave your comment and share this video with as many people as possible. We need to talk about this before it's too late. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because in the next video, we will reveal something even more shocking.